Harlem Talk Radio brings you news and information and stimulating talk radio on the Harlem community. We cover business, education, entertainment, health, politics, technology, finance, and lots more.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to HarlemTalkRadio.com. This is the edition of Harlem Roots and Beyond with Lydgia and KamiKaze for Thursday, September 13th, 2012. To my right, brother, what's good?
Welcome to a world within a world, in a world all its own. Grown from souls seated deep within the grassroots of tenements, projects, and brownstones. Home to a heritage of history, of black joy and misery. Legendary tales of legends passed on as time bygone. www.harlemtalkradio.com. Every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Welcome to Harlem Roots and Beyond. Hello, Harlem and the world. I liked that. I liked the way y'all cheered in on the chorus.
So, fam, just so you know, that's Kami's poetry that he put to the show, and I'm so grateful for it. Such a beautiful piece. And I always tease him every week. Listen, I'm going to get it, dude. I'm going to get it.
Yeah, you're learning fast.
But I think I'm just going to chime in like that until it's memorized.
Yeah, that'll work. That helps you learn it.
You know?
Helps you learn it quicker, too.
Oh, when you get to the grassroots, I get so excited. But anyway, family, welcome to the show. I'm going to lead us off with the biggest event to hit Harlem each year, the 43rd Annual African Day Parade.
43rd?
Yes. This coming Sunday, the 16th.
We got to try to at least reach 50 before they box it out like they trying to do.
Man.
It's ugly.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
The parade is from 111th Street to 136th on Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard, also known as 7th Avenue.
For those true Harlemites, 7th Avenue, 7th Ave.
Give it to him, bro. I just wanted us to talk a little bit, Kami, about the Grand Marshals for this year. We always have, politicians lead it off, right? So let me give you the names, then we're going to go into a little bit about what we think about who they have here. So Grand Marshals for Sunday's event: Mayor David Dinkins, Governor David Patterson, the Reverend Al Sharpton, Lillian Roberts, who is the union president of DC Council 37, big time person, right, in labor relations, New York State Regent Emeritus Adelaide Sanford, groundbreaking person in education, and Bill Thompson, who we know, politician who ran for mayor against I want to say Giuliani, but it was Bloomberg last year, last election.
Yeah, when Bloomberg wasn't even supposed to be in it.
When he
we're
bought
not going to go there. Yeah, when he copped that. He copped that at a wholesale price.
Sure did.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to just chat about, Kami, for a little bit is that, when you look at these names and you know the positions that they have, is there any wonder why there are not any younger people as Grand Marshals to engage the younger people who want to be along the parade route?
The same way Rangel didn't want to give up that office, and he still don't want to give up that office. In fact, Dinkins and Patterson come from his gang. I forget what they call themselves.
The Gang of Four, right?
Yeah.
Right?
But that's what it is. Sometimes, like, it's a bakery in my block, Well, now, he's teaching his son the ropes, but I've been telling him for years, yo, pass the baton. You keep talking about how tired and you grab some of these young cats, bring them in here, show them how to bake. If they don't got nothing else, they'll have the talent after that. You know what I mean? But that's what it's about, passing the baton. Some of these cats don't want to let go. And not to say they haven't done good things, Dinkins was our first black mayor, Patterson our first black governor. You know what I mean? They made their accomplishments after they, did Adam dirty, but you know what I'm saying? That's another chapter in another book.
Right.
A lot of cats don't know about that, but when you see, and then Sharpton, I know Sharpton,
be
you
easy.
see him as
Look, be easy.
All right. I know
be
how
easy
you
on
see
the Sharp, man.
All right. So I'm just gonna tone off then.
Right.
Sharpton, you already know what I feel about Sharpton, son of a son. And but anyway.
But we got some powerful people. That's
but
Grand
Bill Thompson is, I give him props. He tries to do the right thing. He may have his skeletons too, but they haven't been revealed to me yet.
Right.
But politics bring those type of things about. A closet full. That's what made your man J. Edgar so powerful.
Oh boy. He went to the Hoover man.
Yeah, that's what made him powerful, because he had secrets on all the powerful people.
And there you go. So, family, if you are just joining us, we're talking about the Grand Marshals for the 43rd Annual African American Day Parade along 7th Avenue this coming Sunday the 13th.
Yes.
Start time of 1 o'clock, which usually means they'll start at 2, which usually means they'll end about 4. The parade route has been cut down.
Yeah, a few blocks. So
we've teased about that over the past couple of years. But my question to my co-host was, why aren't there any younger people to be Grand Marshals to have that
connection
presence
to the young people? I understand what
beautiful
you're saying.
thing, connection,
but,
right?
They're not, I guess, and whoever orchestrates and organizes this whole thing figures that those are the heads that he should put forth, in setting off the parade. I mean, like I said, they've done great things. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They've done great things, but sometimes I feel like especially our older politicians, they have a problem passing the baton.
Yes.
They don't want to let go. I guess, I don't know if it's the good life or it's doing what they want to do the right way, the right thing or whatever, but they have a problem passing the baton.
Well, clearly in politics, my belief is that, there's time periods for a reason. You should only have a certain amount of quote unquote power before power starts to take over.
Yeah.
And so, I agree with you that, these Grand Marshals, we're not going to take anything from them, but I would have liked to have seen some balance. It would have been nice. And I'm not talking about entertainers. I mean, the thing with younger people is, everything is about their celebrity and pop culture.
The entertainers.
And I can dig it.
And the sports figures.
I like those people too.
Yeah.
But there are younger
other
people
doing more powerful things.
There's younger people in politics coming up
That's
that need to be
doing more powerful things than just standing up on a mic telling lies or running up and down the court with a ball somewhere.
There you go.
Not to take anything from them, because you know how I feel about the rap game. That's my game.
I'm so glad you said that. Oh my goodness, you done segued me into this.
All right, I'm with you. I'm following right behind the seg.
So, recently Jay-Z made some remarks that he didn't understand what the Occupy Wall Street movement was all about. And, question came to him, I guess, well, what is it all about? Are you a part of it? Do you support it? And he's like, no, I don't really support it because I don't know what it's about. And so I was teasing, as I always do. Okay. And, we know Jay-Z has a song, 99 Problems and Ain't One.
Yeah.
But now he's messing around with the 99% movement. So he gonna have 99 problems if he don't get this together and figure out what Occupy is all about. I just want to ask you, brother, because you're a fan of hip hop. Yeah. Shouldn't he know what Occupy Wall Street is all about?
Well, I would say I wouldn't say that he doesn't know, and I don't think he meant that he just straight doesn't know what it's about. What he's saying is he don't understand what they're fighting for. You understand? A lot of people don't understand what they're fighting for. I had this discussion with a couple of friends, and everybody had a different angle on what they believed the Occupy Wall Street people were fighting for. So I believe that's where he was not. And I'm not here trying to defend Jigga, because Jigga don't know me from a hole in the wall. You understand what I'm saying? But I would figure, a man of his nature doesn't mean he doesn't know, but he doesn't understand. I mean, like, he's saying, like, okay, what is it all about? Before you ask me, do I support them? Can you tell me what it's all about? What are they reaching for?
Right.
Because that's a factor that they never really point out. They just point out that they're the Wall Street occupiers, and they never really state what they're fighting for. Like when they do their little briefs on them on the news or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Nobody never breaks down the system of why are they out there, from like on a point 1 to 5 or whatever, or these are the main things we're reaching for. It's we know it's the big the big corporations, but okay, what is it that y'all want to do? What do y'all want to plan? What do y'all plan to do against the big corporations besides stand out and hail against it?
Now let me come right in on this. The fact that the average person doesn't know what Occupy Wall Street is. I don't know if that's what you particularly said, but some people don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's what basically that's what I said.
They
know they're out there, and they know they're fighting for some cause as far as corporations concerned, but they don't have a full analogy on it.
Now, okay, so we've had a president that did a full bank bailout. We had a president that had to pull a rabbit out of the hat and pull the car companies out. Yeah. And we've also been talking about, in terms of, equality or inequality, right? There's a complete loss of the middle class. You have
Yeah,
very,
that's
very
what they're
wealthy
yelling,
people,
yeah.
1%.
And then the poor, period.
99.
Yeah.
So I think that people don't have this clear. I actually equate it to the Black Panther Party, and let me tell you why. Because when you ask most people about the Black Panther Party,
they don't know what they were really fighting for. They don't know what they stood for. They don't know what their ground was. They don't know what their book was. They just know, oh, they didn't like white people.
Right, but they also have images of the Black Panthers with guns in their hand. They had
negativity, make them look negative.
Now, when we see photographs of the Panthers holding their communities down, it just means that now they had food programs, they had daycare programs,
schools. Yeah, they did a lot of things that people don't know nothing about. Yes, they had clothing giveaways, all of that.
All of that.
They took care of the neighborhood. They took care of the people. But when you hear Black Panther, that's not what you hear. The first thing you're going to see is Huey P. and Eldridge Cleaver and them standing there holding assault rifles. That's what you're going to see. And then your image of that in your mind, especially the average child, is like, oh, they were violent.
Absolutely.
They were doing wrong.
Bring this to Occupy Wall Street. The media has taken that apart the same way they took apart the Black Panther Party movement. Now, you don't hear why people say confused. Well, I don't know what they down there fighting for. Well, there's no jobs, and when we turn around, they got these degrees.
Are still collecting big money,
big bonuses every year. Yeah. There's no one making money but the big money, right? The 1%. So let me come back to Jigga, because that was the question to you.
Yeah.
Like, why would he say that? Jigga is now of the 1%.
Yeah, he's a major part of the 1%.
Right.
He's from everything from, the construct, what you call it,
the Barclays,
development.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
And that's
Center. Exactly.
Which he has 1% of. Interestingly, he has 1% of that.
Yeah. But 1% of that is major.
Real quick.
Come on.
I really am don't really have much to say, because you really took care of it in your last comment. But the whole thing with the comparison you use with the Black Panther Party, if you look at the common denominator, it's media. It's who's controlling media and feeding us this information and telling us these people don't have a message. These brothers on Wall Street, they had a message, and their message was clear. You bankers are trying to control our student loans and raise the interest rates on that. You are trying to take away our health care. I mean, they had a clear message.
Clear as day.
So you got to learn to deprogram yourself from big media, who's controlled by stock, by Wall Street and large corporations and investors, who say to the editors and directors and producers of these media companies, this is what I want you to say, this is what I want you to do, because we need our stocks to go up high. Those people do not have a message. Those people had a clear message. That's why people came from all over the nation. How could you not have a clear message if you communicate with folks from around the world to converge in America and a city like New York on Wall Street? There had to be a message there, and the message was give back the freedom, the control, and equality to the people that make this country great, and not to that small percent who control everything. And that was the message.
Okay, and there goes the power of media.
There's the power
because as strong as the message was, the media was able to drown it out by the masses.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And this is what we have. We just don't have major media at this time, but this is what we deal with.
This is what we deal with. And on top of it, we are two voices from the grassroots. We're from the hood. And so when our voices, are muted, because they are all the time. There's other outlets all over with people that sound like us, look like us.
Yeah.
But if their paychecks are being cut by big media, then it's very few things they can say in the way that possibly we can say it, right?
Exactly.
So Occupy, back to, and we're going to move on to another piece.
Let's stay with it for a second.
Jay-Z, I mean, I know he's a smart man. He's always being touted as a smart man. We know he knows what it is, but once you become that, once you step it up.
You can't talk against your gang.
Boom. Welcome to Harlem Roots and Beyond, family, for Thursday, September 13th, 2012. Lydgia and KamiKaze getting it in. And fam, we are about to go into it. By now, you've heard that there was a bombing at the embassy in Libya, and 4 Americans were killed in that bombing attack.
I thought Libya was under control. Oh, my fault. I thought they ousted the bad man. What happened? Oh, my fault.
Right, all the ousters. Right?
Yeah.
So, and if you have been following, Mideast politics for the past year or so, you know that there was what they call the Spring Uprising, where it was Libya, it was Syria, and Yemen, and I believe Egypt.
Yeah.
They all had these so-called democratic uprisings. Now, I'm gonna spin you around in a minute, brother. So get ready.
I'm with you.
Some things that have happened that people think caused the bombing. So, a low-budget film was made called The Innocence of Muslims by some filmmakers out of California. That's been, I guess, put on the internet. And it's a film about, the disrespect of Prophet Muhammad. Now, this has been going on.
They disrespected Prophet Muhammad?
In this film
okay.
depicts a disrespect of the Prophet Muhammad, right? Also, as we know, there have been people within this country that have been doing some disrespectful things to the Quran, burning it, using it for toilet tissue, all sorts of ridiculous things, including some of our men and women in uniform doing crazy things. I want to build up the backstory, fam, so it's not just, it was a bombing by those bad people over there. So a lot of things are being done that create these kinds of people.
Action causes reaction.
Absolutely. According to CNN, these attacks at the U.S. Embassy were, the actions of a fringe terror group loosely linked to Al-Qaeda, right? Everything is Al-Qaeda. But as of this morning, 4 people have been arrested in the Libyan attack. And so I want to bring my partner in on this to ask you, why are people stupid enough to be disrespectful to a religion that they know is a volatile, that will make people volatile and deadly? Why?
Listen, well,
real talk.
All right, real talk. The bottom line is, ever since those buildings went down and that plane fell out the sky in Pennsylvania and the Pentagon got hit or whatever, the 1,000 stories they want to tell about it, Muslims have been idolized as quote-unquote terrorists. So this is going to be the reaction by, as we were stating a minute ago, the ignorant masses. Because this is the way the media portrays it. No matter how they try to, every once in a blue moon, try to stick something in there that says, all Muslims aren't like this for the most part. What y'all making the people believe is that all Muslims have a part of this. Everybody who holds a Quran and practices the laws of it is a part of some bombing or some terrorist organization. And that's what media has created. So media, once again, has created this same drama.
Even here, family, we are, our studio is here in Harlem, and it was reported that there was some surveillance going on at mosques and other Muslim-oriented places in Jersey by the New York State Police Department, which we thought was crazy. New York City Police Department, pardon. And so when you begin to surveil people, when you begin to infiltrate their places of worship,
space, basically,
looking for something, you're going to find something, because not every Muslim is God-fearing in that way. And you take it to him, he's a man or a woman, and they will handle their business.
His bottom line.
Right? So, fam, I don't know. This bombing and this attack is, placing the president, our President Obama, in a tight position.
Spot. Yeah, of course. Of course, they're going to find 11 different ways to accuse him of being the problem. But the problem, like I said, is created by media. Media makes the people believe, all these people are garnet cape wearing and they're all just out to destroy the United States. So now we have a problem. Then we got clowns down at the bottom of I-95 who want to burn up Qurans in the PAL and all of this
nonsense.
It's nonsense. It's just
disrespectful.
Okay, you throw all them Qurans on the floor and burn them. Tell me what statement you made.
Now that takes me back in history to Hitler. When Hitler took books
and burned them.
He did mass book burnings. And
what's that about? You trying to get rid of something. You hiding something.
There you go. Okay. So we can always, SY family, know your history. Let no one know it for you. You have to know why things are the way they are today, because it happened yesterday.
Yeah, basically.
It
yesterday
happened.
Creates today, which leads into tomorrow.
Listen, you done got prophetic, brother. You done put it on me. But it's true.
That's the truth.
That's
honestly.
the truth. So I say this, that the spring uprisings where people were talking about, we're getting rid of the bad people, and now we have democracy.
And
I wanted to throw this at you.
All these places are retroubled. All of them. Because
you don't impose democracy.
You don't. You can't impose anything. You can't impose your will, because then it's not... All right, when I used to do... it was a building I used to have to go in every day. And I used to read this sign every day. It used to be up on the top floor. The sign said, because you have silenced a man, you haven't changed his opinion. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you might do a whole lot of things, might be in your power in ways that you can make him shut up, but you still haven't changed what he feels.
Absolutely.
So, that was just, something I wanted to throw out there, and, essence to what you're saying.
Right? It all relates.
Yeah.
It all relates. So, family, welcome again to the show. This is Kami and I's Week or So in Review. How are we on?
Commercial break and let people find out how they can relax after dinner.
Okay. So, family, we're going to take a little break. Got a little commercial time, so we'll be right back. Hold tight.
Hi, this is three-time Tony Award winner Hinton Battle from your favorite Broadway shows like Dreamgirls, Sophisticated Ladies, Miss Saigon. But what I'm excited to talk to you about today is a wonderful new musical that I'm producing called Sisters. I absolutely love this show, and you will too. Based on stories from black women, Sisters is an uplifting musical journey that explores a woman's experience with humor, humility, and sass. Songs by artists like Billie Holiday, Lena Horne, Aretha Franklin, and Beyonce. Sisters will rock you to your core. The music, the moment, the message will be etched in your memory forever. So start texting, tell your friends, get on the phone and order your tickets now to see Sisters at the St. Luke's Theater. For tickets, visit telecharge.com or call 212-239-6200. Sisters.
Welcome back to the show, fam. Just to bring you up to speed with how radio works, right? So we so caught up in what we talking about.
Studio background conversation.
My goodness.
We missed the whole clock.
Thank goodness we got a producer, because we would have been caught out there.
The thing is, we wasn't saying the wrong things.
Oh, my goodness.
You know how we get sometimes.
Oh, my.
Behind the scenes.
Woo. So, family, welcome back to Harlem Roots and Beyond. And one of the things that we at HarlemTalkRadio.com are pushing for, we are all about, and we support, is, exercising your right to vote. Now, November 6th is the presidential election, and those of us who don't really know what's going to be happening is this. There's a lot of voter suppression going on across the nation, where you're going to be required to bring your photo identification in order to vote. So people who don't have proper ID won't be able to vote. There's already been mix-ups. I've been hearing from different people that they're being told different polling places to go, and that's not where they should be. So they're getting the runaround. The other thing is, because our seniors are a strong base of voting, have always supported the vote. So imagine if you are disabled or you're an elder and you're told to go to 118th Street and 8th, but you really have to go to
124th and 5th.
Whatever, right.
Yeah.
So now how you going to get there, right? So what we are asking, we at the station, make sure you reach out to the New York City Board of Elections, make sure you are cleared to vote, make sure your ID is up to date, make sure, because now you have a couple of months.
The ID thing is new. I was at standing in front of the polls on my block today, because they do it on the corner. And the young lady asked a voter for their ID, and a friend of mine said to me, "Since when they start asking for ID to vote?" But I guess he wasn't aware of this, because either was I. Now they want that ID.
Beautiful thing.
I'm going to let him know, too, when I see him.
Because your name
it was legitimate, because he was saying, yo, they ain't supposed to ask for no. You know, he was making a case out of it in our little conversation anyway.
Right.
So I'll let him know that, oh, yeah, now it's a new thing. You have to have that proper ID now.
Right on.
To go with that registration card.
Now, I always tell my brothers and sisters anyway, you
have
know, you black in America. You don't have your ID in your pocket?
You better have
got
that
to be
ID.
Crazy.
Because if you ain't got that ID, you're going to be whoever they want you to be.
Okay. Younger people, there's such a thing as non-driver's ID. You don't have to be a driver to have a proper ID. Ask your parents, listen, I'm 16, 17.
Need some ID.
Help me out.
These cats grabbing me up.
And that's another reason to grab you up.
Yeah, but you got to be 18. You have to 18 requires you to have ID in your pocket.
Right.
Other than that, you don't have to have ID.
Right.
You know, but they could still make a situation out of nothing.
Listen, black in America, brother.
Yeah,
BIA.
BIA. While I'm going to hold that, you don't mind, I don't know where you got it from, but I'm going to
BIA.
Got you.
So, a few things, family, to prepare yourself for November 6th. There were elections today around senatorial primary, but make sure you're 18 years or older to vote. You must be a U.S. citizen. That also means you can be from Puerto Rico, Guam, or the U.S. Virgin Islands. Yes. You have to be at least a resident of New York for 30 days. That I didn't know.
In order to vote in New York.
Right. Resident for 30 days. Not be serving a jail sentence or, this is what's tricky,
parole.
Released on a felony.
Jail sentence. Probation and parole is considered a jail sentence, though. You're still in jail, just in the street.
Right.
Okay.
Didn't say that on the website, but I'm glad you brought that up, because it said on the website not be serving a jail sentence.
Yeah, you're just serving outside of jail. That's what parole and probation is.
Boom. Or released on a felony conviction. So
no
you can be
vote, period.
Boom. Another one is not found mentally incompetent by a court of law.
Yeah, you're not a nut. You haven't been in the house of the sane or insane, I should say.
Oh boy. And you must not be a resident of another state. So if you said that one basically. Right? Okay.
You had to be here 30 or better.
So fam, you know what you need to do. Now don't assume because you've been voting 20 years and your name is on the roster that you don't never take ID.
And you raising the ruckus, ready to smack the coordinator, and
that's why the police are in there.
Yeah, I know.
They got the cop waiting for you.
And he got that radio. That radio is worse than the gun. Trust me, folks.
And I'm looking forward to the presidential vote because there's a lot of people talking nonsense now.
Nah, it's nothing.
You think it's a done deal?
Yeah, it's a done deal. Romney just running a run his mouth race.
Okay.
That's all he's doing. He's not making no dents. He's not making the president look bad. He's not pulling up nothing factual that's harmful to the president. It's just a bunch of noise, and I got the money to make noise, so I'm going to make a lot of noise, the same way Ross Perot did.
Okay.
That's how I still feel about it.
I got you. Well, I'm also going to say that I agree with you that there's really not a fight to be fought, but you'd be surprised at the people who backing up.
Bush was in office. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
people back up a little bit.
I just don't think that I'm not even going to say I have faith in the people. I just truly don't believe the people are going to put that man in office. I think he's just going for a runaround, that's all.
Yeah.
He's spending a lot of millions of dollars, making a lot of noise just to be remembered for exactly that.
Because let me tell you something, brother. I was a little surprised that, Bush Jr. got a second term. I'm not going to lie about that.
But the plan was fixed. Once they put the first fix in, it was over because now he started the war. And, his policies and beliefs about switching up in the middle of war and all that, and the media controls these things, and that's what they used. They used the media. Hey, we're in the middle of war. We can't switch the president. That's not a good thing. All the political shows every Sunday morning, everybody yelling the same thing. Oh, this would be the worst time to change presidencies. We've never done that in history. All that applies to people's opinions and what they do.
Media?
Yes. Media power, media control.
Big media.
I can't wait till we get to be big media. Because now we just media.
Now, you know something?
Big
Watch
media
what you ask
control.
for.
Big media has control. And we need control of our people, man. We need it.
Let me tell you something.
Because we're going to direct them in the right way, We ain't going to teach them the right way to go down the wrong path. We're not going to do that,
Because I'm telling you, boy, you talk to some people, you would think that they weren't raised in the hood. They never heard that their schools were undergoing problems. They never thought that crime was rampant. They just, well, you know, that's just the way it is. No.
That's just the way it is.
Things can change if you make some things happen.
But that's just the way it is.
Oh, boy.
They call that being settled in your ways.
Okay. Well, I ain't going to be settled with no stops and frisks and all these kids being...
We're going to segment 2.
Okay, segment 2 is coming up, family, before we start.